All the students went to the location of the second test in the Chunin exams, and the place was extremely scary. Anko told them, "This place is called the Forest of Death." Naruto said, "I'm not scared at all." But before he could finish his words, Anko threw a kunai at him, grazing his cheek. She told him, "People who are impulsive like you are the ones who die first, and their blood is the first thing to spread in this place." As she was still talking, someone suddenly appeared behind her and handed her a kunai with their tongue. Anko replied, "Thanks for the kunai, but don't ever get this close to me again unless you want to die." Then she added, "It seems we have a lot of bloodthirsty individuals in this exam, so let's start quickly. But first, you'll have to sign a waiver because you might die in the test." She continued, "The test is simple. You'll try to survive inside the forest. You'll be divided into teams, and each team will get one type of scroll. You must gather both types of scrolls and deliver them to the tower in the middle of the forest within 120 hours. That means only half the teams will succeed. But if even one person from a team dies, the entire team will fail, even if they manage to collect both scrolls. Also, don't open the scroll before reaching the tower. Now, go collect your scrolls from over there and start the test immediately. One last piece of advice. Don't die." Everyone went to receive their scrolls, each holding a paper in hand. Sasuke commented, "No one knows which teams have the same scrolls, nor which team member is carrying it. That means we're all enemies." All the teams headed to different gate locations, waiting for the official start of the test. With Anko's signal, everyone started rushing into the forest, full of excitement. In the forest, Kiba, Hinata, and their teammate were talking when another team was spying on them from behind. Before they could attack, Shino used his insects to trap them in a pre-made ambush, allowing his team to capture their first target. Meanwhile, Naruto was in the forest with Sakura and Sasuke. He told them, "I'm going to the bathroom far away." After some time, he returned to them, but as soon as Sasuke saw him, he rushed at him, holding a kunai and attacking again. Sakura was shocked and asked, "What are you doing?" Sasuke told her, "Look at his face. The wound that was there is gone. He's a fake." Indeed, it turned out to be someone impersonating Naruto. The impostor said, "I don't want to waste time. Hand over your scroll," and began attacking them. Sasuke used his fire technique and attacked the impostor. Glancing to the side, he saw Naruto tied up with a rope. He threw him a kunai to help him free himself and tried to dodge the attacks. However, the impostor managed to get behind him, immobilizing him. He said, "Give me the scroll and I won't kill you. If that girl tries to help, I'll kill you both." Before he could finish speaking, Naruto threw a kunai at him from behind, freeing Sasuke. Sasuke quickly jumped and attacked, stabbing the impostor with his kunai. He told Sakura, "Don't move from your spot. He might not be alone," but the impostor managed to escape. Afterward, Naruto, Sakura, and Sasuke discussed their plan. Sasuke said, "We need a password to recognize each other," and he came up with a phrase for them to remember. Naruto didn't memorize it well. Before they could continue talking, a strong wind blew through the area. The person causing the wind was the same woman who had tried to attack Anko. Luckily, Sasuke and his team managed to hide, but each ended up in a different spot. When they reunited, Sakura correctly said the password, and Naruto also managed to recite it. Before he could finish, Sasuke attacked him. Sakura protested, saying, "But he said it correctly." Sasuke replied, "That's the problem. Naruto wouldn't be able to remember this so easily." Sure enough, the same woman appeared before them again and said, "If you knew your friend would forget the password, why make it so long?" Sasuke replied, "I knew you were listening from underground, so I made it long on purpose." Meanwhile, Naruto was injured by the wind attack and, as he tried to get up, he found himself facing a giant snake. The snake attacked him, coiling around him and swallowing him. Naruto threw a rice ball he had inside its stomach, and it dissolved completely. The snake began to swallow him further, but Naruto quickly used the shadow clone technique, creating multiple copies of himself, and escaped. Meanwhile, Sasuke stood face to face with the mysterious woman. She pulled out her scroll and swallowed it with her tongue, saying, "Let's start the battle now." She suddenly used a genjutsu on them, causing both Sasuke and Sakura to collapse from exhaustion. Sasuke said, "I'm so scared. This feeling is the feeling of death. She's definitely trying to kill us. Who is she?" He turned to Sakura and saw her trembling and crying from fear. He thought, "We have to escape, or the only thing awaiting us is death." Though he struggled to move, Sasuke managed to stand up. The woman approached him, saying, "I'll kill you in 1 second. You won't feel any pain." She threw a kunai at him, and blood splattered everywhere. However, Sasuke managed to escape. He moved to a different spot to rest, revealing that he had injured himself to regain mobility and dodge her attack. Sakura began to regain her composure composure, but before she could speak, Sasuke covered her mouth, saying, "We have to escape before she finds us. But how can we run?" He looked beside him and saw another giant snake attacking. Tried to eat him, but he used his shuriken to kill it. The woman emerged again, coiling herself around a tree like a snake. Before she could attack Sasuke again, Naruto arrived at the scene. Sasuke thought to himself, Naruto won't stand a chance against her. He should run before he gets involved. She's far stronger than us. But then he saw Naruto speaking with great enthusiasm. Sasuke quickly pulled the scroll from his pocket and said to the woman, "If all you want is the scroll, take it and leave." He threw it toward her, but before she could grab it, Naruto dashed forward, grabbed the scroll, and punched Sasuke in the face. Naruto said, "You're not the real Sasuke. You're just a coward and an idiot. I know this woman is very strong, but she won't leave us alone even if we give her the scroll. You're too scared to see the truth." The woman stood up and said, "You're absolutely right." She smeared blood on a mark on her hand, using it to summon a giant snake, which began attacking Naruto. Outside the forest, some exam supervisors found 3 corpses lying on the ground. One of them resembled the woman attacking Naruto. One supervisor rushed to inform Anko, saying, "We have an emergency. Come with me immediately." When she arrived, the assistant told her, "These corpses are ninja registered for the Chunin exam, but as you can see, their facial features are completely gone." Anko was shocked, placing her hand on her neck. She said, "Only one person can use this technique. Why did he come to the exam?" She asked to see their pictures and realized the attacker was the same woman from earlier. She became more alarmed, saying, "He's the one who tried to attack me at the start of the exam." She turned to the supervisors and said, "This is extremely dangerous. Inform the Hokage immediately and request 2 ANBU teams to enter the forest. I'll try to capture him myself." She thought, it can't be. That man has returned to Konoha. This will be catastrophic. Meanwhile, Naruto was being attacked by the snake. When he was struck hard, the Kyuubi's traits began to surface, and he attacked the snake with great strength. However, the woman easily countered him with a fire technique, injuring him. She thought, those eyes, I know them well. He must be the Kyuubi's child. She turned her attention to Sasuke, but Naruto blocked her attack to protect him. He told Sasuke, "You're like a scaredy cat. The fool standing in front of me isn't the real Sasuke." Before he could finish, the woman grabbed him with her tongue, tore off the cloth over his stomach, and struck him on the Kyuubi's seal. A new seal appeared, suppressing Naruto's power entirely, and he fainted. The woman said, "It's been 12 years since this seal was placed, which is why Naruto's power has started merging with the Kyuubi's." She took his scroll and threw him aside. Sasuke stood frozen, unable to move, remembering his brother's words. "If you want to kill me, hate me more. Live a miserable life and run as much as you can." He activated his Sharingan. The woman said, "So, this boy is the last Uchiha. I'll take my time playing with him." The snake vanished, and she stood in front of Sasuke, ready to attack. Sasuke thought to himself, "I must become stronger and live so I can kill my brother." He grabbed a kunai with his mouth and began attacking the woman with all his might. She dodged his strikes while counterattacking, and he managed to use the fire technique on her, but it didn't affect her. She commented, "This boy has decent skills. He can easily read my movements and evade attacks." She struck at Sasuke again, but he dodged the blow, grabbed her, and slammed her into the ground. To his surprise, her body turned into mud. She attacked him again, but Sasuke managed to trap her in a snare tied to a tree trunk. He used the fire technique at full strength on her. Sakura ran to check on him, but suddenly, the woman escaped from the ropes, used a technique, and immobilized Sasuke. Her skin began to peel away, revealing another person underneath. He said to Sasuke, "I didn't expect you to use the Sharingan at this age, but you're very strong, just as I predicted. You must be Itachi's brother. Your eyes are just like his." Sasuke was shocked when he heard his brother's name and demanded, "Who are you?" The man replied, "My name is Orochimaru. If you want to meet me again, you'll have to finish this exam. I defeated the 3 ninjas from the Sound Village." He burned the scroll in his hand, then suddenly used a technique to stretch his neck to Sasuke's and bite it. A strange mark appeared on Sasuke's neck as he cried out in pain. Orochimaru said, "I've given you a gift. I'm sure you'll come to me again seeking power. I enjoyed seeing your strength." He then disappeared from the scene. Sasuke collapsed to the ground, writhing in agony and screaming until he passed out. Meanwhile, Orochimaru had moved to another location. At the same time, Anko was running towards him, saying, "I can feel his presence," and she finally reached his location. Orochimaru greeted her. "It's been a long time since we last met." She responded, "Orochimaru, you're an S-rank criminal. That's why I'll kill you, even if it costs me my life. That's what I learned from you in the past." Before she could act, Orochimaru attacked her. Anko summoned small snakes similar to his and began attacking him. She grabbed his arm, stabbing both their hands with a kunai, and activated a seal with her other hand, saying, "I'm sure you know who taught me this seal. As you're aware, both of us will die now. Suddenly, Orochimaru appeared behind her, saying, the one with you is just a clone. It seems you're intent on suicide, but as expected from a genin of the village, you can't use a forbidden technique properly. Orochimaru used a technique to immobilize her. Anko demanded, why have you come here? Is it to kill the Hokage this time? He replied, no, that's not why. I need some strong shinobi for my new village. A moment ago, I gave one of them a gift, just like the mark on your neck. But his chances of survival are only 10%. I'm very impressed by him. I'm sure you're still upset with me for discarding you after using your abilities, but this boy will surpass you. He's an Uchiha child, and I'll try to make him my successor. If he survives the curse mark on his neck, the events to come will be very interesting. It's best you don't cancel the exam, as there are 3 from my village participating. If you try to ruin my fun, I'll have no choice but to destroy Konoha completely. Orochimaru left her there. Anko began treating her injured hand, saying, I must inform the Hokage immediately. As she looked ahead, she saw large beasts attacking her. Before she could retaliate, the Umbu team arrived. But before she could say anything, she collapsed from exhaustion. One of the Umbu noticed Orochimaru's mark and said, we must take you to the Hokage immediately. She responded, no, take me to the tower in the middle of the forest and inform the Hokage right away. At the same time, Sakura was sitting next to Sasuke and Naruto. In the trees nearby, ninjas from Otogekure were observing them. Their leader said, as Orochimaru ordered, we'll wait until dawn. Our only target is Uchiha Sasuke. If either of the other 2 gets in our way, kill them without hesitation. Meanwhile, Lee, Niji, and Tenten had split up, searching for other teams. Back with Sakura, she sat by Sasuke and Naruto, passing out from exhaustion. In her sleep, she dreamt of Sasuke and Naruto waking up and Orochimaru attacking them again. She woke up from the nightmare to see the 3 Sound Village ninjas standing in front of her. Their leader said, wake Sasuke up, we want to fight him. Sakura asked, you're from Orochimaru's village? What do you want from Sasuke, and why does he have a strange mark on his neck? One of them replied, I don't know why he needs it, but it doesn't matter. We need to fight him now. They tried attacking Sakura, evading the traps she had set. Just before they could reach her, Lee arrived and struck them, standing in front of Sakura to protect her. Their leader charged at Lee, but Lee blocked the attack effortlessly, saying, I'm 1 against 3. I'll have to risk my life to defeat them. Meanwhile, Shikamaru's team was observing from a nearby tree. Choji noticed Sasuke and Naruto lying unconscious on the ground below. On the battlefield, Lee began unwrapping the bandages from his hand, saying to himself, I'll have to use my secret move. He struck the leader and appeared behind him, wrapping his body with the bandages. He spun him around and slammed him to the ground. However, another sound ninja saved the leader from death. The leader got back up and attacked Lee using sound waves, disorienting his vision. Lee collapsed from exhaustion, suddenly bleeding from his ears. The leader taunted, no matter how much you evade my attacks, you can't escape sound techniques. They penetrate your ears and affect your brain, causing you to lose balance and rendering you immobile for a while. He rushed toward Sakura to attack, but Lee managed to fight through his fatigue and stood to block the attack. However, Lee's strength was too diminished, and the leader struck him again using the sound technique, causing him to fall unconscious. Shikamaru's team continued observing from above, terrified by the scene unfolding before them. Sakura stood alone, fighting bravely. The girl from the sound team attacked her, leaving Lee lying on the ground, unable to move. Sakura began to cry, saying, I'm nothing but a burden. Everyone always protects me, and I'm useless. One of the sound ninjas approached Sasuke, who was emitting smoke of a strange color. Sakura was unable to do anything. She grabbed a kunai and cut her hair to free herself, saying, I've always been an immature person, only following Sasuke and Naruto, but now I have to act on my own. She used the substitution technique to evade attacks and fought back, managing to injure one of the sound ninjas. At the same time, Ino watched, recalling their childhood and Sakura's growth over the years. She began crying as she saw Sakura fighting relentlessly, saying, I must help her. Just as Sakura was about to be killed, Ino and her team stepped out to protect her. At the same time, Sasuke was unconscious, and when he opened his eyes, he found himself in a strange place. The only thing in front of him was his younger self, crying over the death of his family. He remembered the place and the scene he saw back then, the pain of being weak and unable to protect his family. The strange smoke surrounding him began to intensify. Meanwhile, Ino stood in front of Sakura and said, I told you before, I won't lose to you, ever. That's why I'll protect you now. Choji wanted to flee, but Shikamaru held him back, saying, we all need to fight together. One of the sound ninja said mockingly, feel free to run, fatso. Choji got furious and replied, I'll show you what happens when you call me fat. He transformed into a giant rolling ball and attacked them. One of them failed to dodge the hit, and when their leader tried to help, Shikamaru used the shadow imitation technique and managed to hold him in place. Ino then used the mind transfer technique, taking control of the girl in their group. She warned the others, if any of you move, I'll kill her body. However, they easily counterattacked. One of them said, we don't care about anything else. Our target isn't the scroll or this silly exam. Our only goal is Sasuke. Before they could attack, Niji and Tenten appeared. Niji declared, the boy lying unconscious over there is a member of our team. Clearly, you've gone too far. He activated his family's Byakugan technique. Meanwhile, the smoke around Sasuke kept growing denser. He started recalling memories of his family's death, back when he was a helpless child who couldn't do anything. Suddenly, he stood up and massive energy began flowing out of him. Strange markings appeared all over his body. He stood firm, asking Sakura, who did this to everyone here? Looking at himself, he noticed his body was covered in these strange marks. He reassured her, don't worry, I can feel the power surging through me. Orochimaru must have given me this strength. I'm someone who seeks revenge, and I'll gain power no matter the cost, even if it's evil power. The marks on his body expanded, and the energy pouring out grew stronger. He attacked the sound ninja with all his might. Grabbing one of them by the arm, he said, you boast a lot about your arm's strength, and then broke it before throwing him aside. Everyone stood in shock at his newfound power. Sasuke turned to their leader, stepping towards him. Sakura, overwhelmed, muttered, this isn't the real Sasuke in front of me. She began to imagine Orochimaru's face, tears streaming down her cheeks. She rushed to stop him. The marks on Sasuke's body started to fade, and he collapsed to the ground from exhaustion. The sound ninja leader said, you're very strong, handing over their scroll. He added, we can't defeat you in your current state. He left the scroll on the ground, picked up his comrades, and started to walk away. Before he could leave, Sakura called out, wait, who is Orochimaru, and what does he want with Sasuke? He replied, I don't know. We were just ordered to kill him. None of us know what he's planning. Everyone began to recover and process what had just happened. Sasuke was left confused about the strange occurrences in his mind. If you are excited to see the rest of the story, just get down to the comments and show me your enthusiasm. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications to get all the new videos. That's all for this video, and see you next.